This isn't just a money-making venture for Elon. He's obsessed with actualizing a utopian sci-fi future. Failing that, I think he's hoping humanity at least survives, even if it's a Blade Runner-type dystopia. Not as inspiring, but at least you can have a missile launcher as an arm. Moving along from raw tonnage, the next big question mark for me on Master Plan Part 3 is, how will it incorporate the Boring Company and SpaceX? Are the sections on the Boring Company and SpaceX going to be a subset of the plan for materials, or are they going to have their own standalone goals separate from materials? For example, is the Boring Company going to be involved in mining raw materials, or will it be included in Master Plan Part 3 because it will eliminate soul-sucking traffic jams? I'm not sure how SpaceX would fit as a subset of the materials ambitions other than reducing the wiring required for global internet through Starlink. But as for standalone goals, it's pretty clear Starlink will bring internet access to the people in the world that need it most, while Starship will provide an inspiring multiplanetary future and make global point-to-point travel possible to anywhere in the world in half an hour. Either way, I don't specialize in either SpaceX or the Boring Company. My interest is more in Tesla. With that in mind, the next big question mark for me is what level of detail the plan will provide for Tesla. I see three broad areas where Tesla can contribute. First, AI and robotics. Second, manufacturing expertise. Third, finance and project support. Let's go through each. Tesla's obviously setting itself up to be a robotics behemoth. The point of that is to increase the total amount of work humanity can do, which, like energy, has the potential to massively improve people's lives. But beyond that, those robots can continue to extend Tesla's lead in manufacturing and do difficult, dangerous, and dirty jobs in factories and mines. So, Master Plan Part 3 may simply state something like the following for AI and robotics. Tesla will develop a robot for industrial use cases, then expand the portfolio to general commercial and domestic robots. This'll free people from doing monotonous and dangerous jobs and make cheaper labor available to everyone. The second and biggest part Tesla can play in Master Plan Part 3 is manufacturing. Every part of the supply chain has to be maximally optimized to grow rapidly at extreme scale. That's because scaling unoptimized processes sucks up valuable engineering resources that could otherwise be leveraged to build additional capacity, and that effect compounds over time. As I've said in past videos, Tesla's slowly working their way up the supply chain, and at each step they're ripping out inefficient processes and replacing them with processes that are cheaper and easier to scale. First, it happened with vehicles, then batteries. Now, it's cathode production and lithium refining. After refining is, of course, mining. Tesla will only get into mining if they need to, but that's looking more likely by the day. Mining doesn't pose the technical challenge that chemical refining and vehicle manufacturing do, but it faces other challenges. No one wants a mine in their backyard, so mining regulations and public pushback are a challenge to opening new mines. The question is, can Tesla find a way to innovate around that? I think so. They can make the process of mining a range of materials cleaner, simpler, and lower impact by using lower toxicity processes with lower energy requirements. For lithium specifically, Tesla can develop technologies to directly extract lithium from brines. If they make comments about this at Investor Day, I'll do a deep dive. Not only is extracting lithium from brines a clean process, it could be done in ways and locations where there's less political resistance. For example, in areas that are already environmental write-offs like the Salton Sea in California, or tapping oil field brines left over from mining operations like E3 Metals is doing. The politics and environmental concerns around those locations would be far easier to navigate. With that said, Elon may not get into that much detail in Master Plan Part 3. Although the key points of Elon's master plans tend to mention products and technologies, he doesn't get lost in the weeds with specifics. Another challenge with the master plans is that it's often difficult to know what will be included because Tesla is always quietly developing technologies behind closed doors. For example, Tesla's grid control software that allows them to become a grid operator. That's a significant piece of technology to Tesla's mission, but it was never mentioned in a master plan. With that in mind, I'm going to lay out what I'd like to see from Tesla in the next 5 to 10 years that relates to scaling sustainable energy technology at a global scale. I'd be surprised if more than one or two of these are actually listed in Master Plan Part 3. But whether they're in it or not, they're the types of things that would fit and that Tesla could be working on. First, Tesla will begin manufacturing factory equipment for use by third parties that's critical for the transition to sustainable energy. Second, Tesla will develop a clean and rapidly deployable lithium extraction and refining technology. That might include other metals as well. I'm just targeting lithium because it's the most important. Third, Tesla will implement a fully closed-loop in-house recycling system for all the materials in their vehicles that can be recycled. This one may be redundant because we know that Tesla already has a certain amount of in-house recycling capability. Fourth, develop in-house versions of non-toxic, earth-abundant alternative chemistries such as LFP, LMFP, and sodium ion. Fifth, Elon's been teasing a Tesla home HVAC system for years now. Although this doesn't so much relate to scaling, it would fall into the bucket of creating a brighter future. Finally, some people are thinking that Tesla should get into water and air transport options, but I think that's something that's best left for Master Plan Part 4. Tesla still needs to create buses, vans, more than one pickup truck size, and more. As a side note, I've of course made an entire video on Tesla's raw materials strategy. I haven't included the key points from that video here for two reasons. First, going through all of them again would be redundant. Second, many of them are too tactical or too specific for a master plan. That is, I don't think Master Plan Part 3 will reveal too much about the actions Tesla will take or the specific technologies they have in their toolkit. Besides that, technology announcements are better suited to standalone events, and large-scale corporate actions are better suited to press releases. The last way Tesla might be able to help with Master Plan Part 4 is through finance and project support. That is, funding new mines, partnerships, and clearing red tape. In the last 7 years, underinvestment in the mining space has been an issue, and it's been happening at a time when it needed to be increasing. Besides that, it never hurts to have a big wallet to back a project, and it certainly doesn't hurt to have Tesla's clout around to grease the wheels. That covers all my thoughts on Master Plan Part 3. But what about Investor Day itself? What can we expect